For years, I'd been the one rebuilding, moving forward, opening my life to someone new. I never quite considered what it would feel like to watch Emily do the same. Then one Saturday afternoon, she called and asked. She wanted to bring someone by to meet Jake. And in typical Jake fashion, he skipped every bit of small talk and went straight for the question we were all quietly wondering. My name is Ryan Mitchell, and this is the story of the day my 11-year-old son. I asked a complete stranger the one question. None of the adults in the room had the courage to ask out loud.
Emily called on a Thursday evening, her voice carrying a nervous energy I hadn't heard from her in years. "Ryan, I want to ask you something, and I want you to be honest with me if it feels like too much." "Okay," I said carefully. "What's going on?" "I've been seeing someone for about 4 months now. It's gotten serious enough that I'd like Jake to meet him. I wanted to ask you first, and I wanted to ask if it would be okay to do it this Saturday, at your place, with you and Sarah there too, so it doesn't feel like too big a moment on its own." I sat with that for a moment. 2 years ago, I might have felt something complicated about this. Territorial, maybe, or uncertain about what it meant for our fragile, rebuilt co-parenting balance. Now, mostly, I just felt genuinely glad for her. "Of course," I said. "We'd love to have you both over." That evening, I sat down with Jake to give him a heads up before Saturday. "Hey, bud, your mom's going to bring someone over this weekend, someone she's been dating. She wanted you to meet him." Jake looked up from his homework, processing this with his usual careful consideration. "Is he nice?" "I don't know yet," I said honestly, "but your mom seems happy talking about him, and that matters a lot." "Are you okay with it?" Jake asked, surprising me with the directness of the question turned back on me. I smiled. "Yeah, buddy, I really am. Your mom deserves to be happy too, just like Sarah and I are happy. That doesn't take anything away from our family." Jake nodded slowly, filing this information away the way he always did, and returned to his homework without further comment. Though I could tell he was turning it over in his mind more than he was letting on, Saturday arrived, and with it, a nervous energy across the entire house. Sarah had made lemonade. I'd straightened up the living room twice, and Jake had changed his shirt without being asked. A small tell that he cared more about this than his casual attitude suggested. Emily arrived first, alone, giving us all a quick, anxious smile. "He's parking. Thank you again for doing this." A few minutes later, the doorbell rang. Emily answered it herself, and a man stepped inside. Mid-40s, warm-eyed, visibly nervous in the particular way of someone meeting a partner's child for the first time. "Everyone, this is David," Emily said. "David, this is Ryan, Sarah, and this," she said, placing a gentle hand on Jake's shoulder, "is Jake." David knelt slightly to be closer to Jake's eye level, extending a hand. "It's really nice to meet you, Jake. Your mom talks about you constantly." Jake shook his hand, studying him with the same serious, unflinching attention he brought to everything important. Then, without any hesitation whatsoever, he asked the question that stopped the entire room. "Are you trying to replace Papa?" The room went silent. Emily's face went slightly pale. David, to his credit, didn't flinch or laugh it off. He seemed to actually consider the question seriously, the way it deserved to be considered. "No," David said finally, kneeling down fully now to Jake's level. "I could never replace your dad, even if I wanted to, which I don't. He's your dad. That's not a spot anyone else can fill, and I wouldn't want to try. I just really care about your mom, and because I care about her, I wanted to get to know the person who matters most to her in the whole world. That's you." Jake considered this answer with the same seriousness he'd asked the question. So you're not trying to be my dad? Not even a little bit, David confirmed. If it's okay with you, maybe I could just be someone else who's on your team. Not a replacement for anyone. Just an addition, if you're open to it. Emily let out a breath she'd clearly been holding, her shoulders visibly relaxing for the first time since arriving. David's actually a high school science teacher, she offered, steering the conversation gently. He judges the regional science fair every year. Jake's eyes lit up immediately, the tension of the moment forgotten as quickly as it had appeared. Wait, really? I did a volcano project last year. It exploded a little too much and got baking soda on the judge's shoes. David laughed, genuinely delighted. I think I might have actually judged that exact category. Regional fair, right? I remember a volcano incident. The rest of the afternoon unfolded easily after that, Jake pulling David into an increasingly detailed conversation about chemical reactions, Emily watching with quiet relief, Sarah and I exchanging a glance that said everything neither of us needed to voice out loud. After Emily and David left, Jake helped me clear the lemonade glasses from the porch, unusually thoughtful. He seemed nice, Jake finally said. I liked that he didn't get mad when I asked that question. That took courage, you know, I told him, asking something like that straight to someone's face. I just needed to know, Jake said simply. I didn't want Mom to be with someone who was trying to take your spot. That felt important to figure out right away, before I let myself like him. I set down the glasses and pulled him into a hug. You know, most adults spend years working up the nerve to ask the questions that actually matter. You just go ahead and ask them. Somebody has to, Jake said, with the particular confidence of an 11-year-old who'd clearly given the matter serious thought. Might as well be me. That night, Sarah and I sat on the porch, the same steps where I'd proposed years earlier, now worn smooth from years of family dinners and homework help and quiet evenings, just like this one. You handled today really well, Sarah said. I know it could have felt strange, watching Emily build something new. Honestly, it didn't feel strange at all, I admitted. I think that surprised me more than anything. I just felt happy for her, genuinely happy. I think that's what actual healing looks like, Sarah said. Not just moving on for yourself, but getting to a place where you can want good things for someone who once hurt you, without it costing you anything to want it. Looking back on everything our unconventional family has been through, the deployment, the divorce, the custody battles, the slow, uneven work of rebuilding trust. I don't think any version of younger me could have imagined sitting on this porch, genuinely happy that Emily had found someone who made her smile the way David clearly did. If you've ever wondered whether you could truly move past hurt into genuine goodwill for someone who once broke your heart, if you've ever watched your child ask the brave question you were too afraid to ask yourself, I want you to know, real healing isn't just about what you build for yourself. Sometimes it's measured by how freely you can want good things for the people who once caused you the most pain. If this story moved you, let me know in the comments. And if you have a story of your own, share it below. It might just become our next episode. This is Silent Love, and this was a story about a family big enough to keep growing.